Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Food Community Podcast. It's your host, Rich Homie Juan, and I got the boy LA Icon.
What up, what up, what up?
And today we got a real special guest in the building, the biggest nautical. Everybody give him a warm welcome. Hello. There he is. There he is.
What up, what up?
Bring your mic
Good.
closer, my dog.
My bad,
Yes,
my
sir.
Yeah, what up?
So it's cracking.
Man, chilling, bro. Good to meet you, bro.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been around for quite some time. For the people, when was the last time you did an interview? Like 4 years ago?
Yeah, I did I did some time for producer grind and I did no jumping, but it's been like
So since then?
since then, nah.
Oh, it's been quite some time.
Yeah.
Let's start at the beginning. Let's give them a refresher. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? What was it like? All that.
I'm from South Texas, all over South Texas really. So it's like I was born in Kingsville, then I kind of grew up a little bit in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there I went to high school in Austin, Texas.
So you've been all over.
Yeah, and then from there I moved down to the Valle, and I've been down in the Valle ever since.
The Valle being the 818 here.
Nah, Rio Grande Valley. The Rio Grande Valley is what they call it, the Rio Grande Valley. So that's where I'm from, in McAllen, Mission, Texas area. You know what I'm saying? The frontera of Texas.
No, yeah. Right next to the river.
Yeah.
The famous.
Yeah,
You been to it?
yeah, of course.
You
Yeah.
crossed it?
I mean, not swimming, not swimming way, but I've been over the bridge for sure.
That's funny. You swim across it the opposite way.
Yeah, the opposite way and shit, fool.
That's right. So talk to me about how you started the narco wave. What does that represent? What's that about?
It started down there, so it was like, it was me and one of my producers, Mike, and Mike Aguirre, and we were just like working on some shit, you know, because, you know, I've been doing music forever, and we was just like, okay, you know, it was like time to like, you know, come up with something a little new, you know, a new package for the same toy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking like, you know, everything I had been doing down there and all the homies that are from down there and shit. And I was just like, and we were like, you know, we were just talking about a lot about the nautical stuff that was going on. And he was like, damn, what about nautical wave? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of like what we doing. So then we started doing like EP projects called like nautical wave and shit. And like, just kind of like back then it was like, that was probably 12 years ago. It was like really early, you know? So this was before like Nauticals on Netflix and all of that shit. So
Way before that.
yeah, so we just kind of started doing that and doing like little concept EPs, and then it just kind of like took off. What happened was we started doing like, I had this clothing brand that I was doing, and we were doing pop-ups all over. So like I would go to like, I went to New York to do a pop-up at this place, next to this place called Frank's Chop Shop, and I had this one hoodie that was like a nautical wave hoodie, the very first one. It used to have like a bunch of different cell phones on it, you know what I'm saying? And it was like the one that did the best, you know what I'm saying? So we was like, oh shit. So at the same time, we kind of like turned nautical wave into a brand.
That's hard.
And then, you know, I just kind of like, back then I was like real, because I used to have like a store, I used to sell grill. I mean, I done did everything, right? So we used to have like a store, we used to sell grills, we used to have like just hood t-shirts and sell Rockaware and fucking Echo and all of that shit. And then like, you know, I talked to one of my boys, JR, and he was like, you know, just put that in everywhere you can, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, that logo's fire. So then I just started with that and just kind of, it just kept building. Then I came out here around like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, then ever since then, it's just been kind of like a little bit, I wouldn't say mainstream, but like people who know, you know, especially in the music industry and shit.
So how did it go for the clothing? Like
The clothing
the
thing,
merch.
The clothing thing did well. I just, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I only got so much time, you know, and it's still like, like once a year I'll drop some shit, you know what I'm saying? But it won't be like nothing crazy, and it'll sell out like in a day. But it's just to kind of keep everyone's reminders. That way, when I do have time, it's not like, you know, they ain't been around in forever. I still drop some shit, but I've been more focused on like the production team and the distribution company and then my own shit. So it's been kind of like busy doing that, you know?
Right now, you mentioned that you stayed in Corpus Christi for a little while. We had another individual from Corpus Christi up here. You may know him, our good buddy Jakey,
Yeah.
aka your favorite ex-boyfriend. What's it like? Well, explain the connection, because you guys have a connection, correct?
Yes.
Hold up. Explain how you guys got plugged in.
Okay, so I used to I grew up making music with El Dusty, who's like a cumbia EDM DJ. It's like my childhood best friend, right? And so we was making music together. Then I guess right around the song, when the time the song comes out, I had called Dusty like, hey, wait, we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ponemos en la bola, like, we got to go crazy. Like, we got some shit. I got this going on. I got this new funding. I got, like, what are we going to do? And he was like, hey, bro, you heard that song? And I'm like, yeah, I was just listening to it because I've always, where we're from down there, it's just always been a thing. Like, hey, you know
It's part of the culture.
Yeah. So I was like, that's fire. Like, if you go listen to my music for the past like 5 years, before every verse I go, I go like that every time. You know what I'm saying? Because is another version of
Same shit.
Like same shit, but it's just it's just a little bit different.
So you used it like a slogan, like how Wayne does the lighter flicking, or like Ross,
exactly,
like
exactly. I was already doing that before I heard Jacob doing it. So then when Akel told me like, hey, I got this, I'm like, oh shit, bet. Like, let me holler at him. So then that's how I met Jacob and shit. So then after that, he started coming out, staying with me, and he stays with everybody really. But
So what's it like laying that fool couch surf at your pad?
I mean, he cool, man. Jacob cool, man. He burnt out, of course, but who not burnt out? You know what I mean? Like, he crazy. You know what I'm saying? People be tripping out that I have him around, but it's not like he's like not like a bad character. You know?
No, absolutely not. He's fine.
He's chill. He's not like like I be having him around my girl. She's pregnant. It's not like he's some weirdo you can't have around your family and shit. He just he's himself, bro. I f with Jacob, bro. Shout out Jacob, bro.
No, he's cool, generally speaking.
Shout out Jacob. Shout out Jacob. Jacob owes me some songs, man. Get your ass to work.
Let's see. Who else do you have a relationship with out here? Talk to me about your relationship with the Stink Team.
Man, those are my boys, man.
Draco and Ralph.
Draco and Ralphie, yup. And Bull and shit, the whole gang, you know what I'm saying? Kev, Finesse. I guess, so I had been out here for a while. Excuse me. I've been out here since like 2015. And then I had been heard about Draco, but then he was gone. You know what I'm saying? So being from Texas, I didn't know about Draco, right? And then I got out here and it was kind of like he had been out, then he was locked up. Then I guess he got out and did Big Bank Uchis and the other one, the freestyle, the one that's on that.
Impatient.
Impatient. And then, so he did those, and then I didn't know him or nothing, and he went to jail and shit again. And then when he came home, my boy RX Peso from
down south.
Yeah, from Atlanta, because everyone would be at my crib, because like when I first moved out here, I moved into a crib. It was me, Sonny Digital, and my boy AK. And so the Narco crib just kind of like became something where a lot of people would come by and shit. So RX Peso had hooked up with Ralphie and with Catchy, and they had started coming by the crib to record music and shit. And then that's kind of like how I got to know him. Then Draco came through the first night. I played him some beats, and we didn't have an engineer, so I was like, I'm not about to miss this opportunity. So I recorded them myself and shit. And then shit after that, it's just real, bro, for like like probably for like a little over a year, we was like, we was all together every day. You know what I'm saying? Like every single day, they was at the Narco crib. We was chilling. He didn't smoke, but me and Ralph, we smoking, we sipping, you know what I'm saying? Back then, niggas was doing whippets. Like, they're not as popular no more, but for a little bit, they were as popular as everybody, you know what I'm saying? Thug and all them were making the whippet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
that.
merch with the whippets. It was just like a thing. So, we just linked up, bro. Real recognize real, bro. I love them niggas, man. They're my people for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of heat whenever he passed and I got his name tatted on my head. Like, people was, you know what I'm saying, like hating and shit. Like, y'all posted it. A couple of other places posted it. Pro Star posted it. And then people was just kind of like, but like, oh, you ain't know him. But it's like, bro, you spend a whole year with someone every day. That could add up to longer than if you might have known this vato for 7 years, but y'all hung out 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, that's facts.
you feel me? So people don't understand that part about life. Like, it's like, bro, we was together every single day. You know.
Where were you when you found out?
Bro, what's crazy is that I hadn't been in LA. I had went to Texas because my daughter was wanted me to be there for a few events, for school events. And at the time I was just chilling. I mean, I was up. I had just, you know what I'm saying, bought a couple 18-wheeler trucks, and I was just kind of like, I ain't need to be here or there or whatever. So I was like, all right, Mia. So I pulled up on her, took my truck down there and everything. Like, I drove down. I usually fly back and forth, but I drove like I'm gonna be here for a while. And then I came back. We had worked. We did a video. We had been working, and then we did a video, and then I went back home, and then I was gone for like a month. And I missed his birthday, and I was still gone during the concert. So I always regretted that too. Like, I always thought back, like, damn, I wish I was here like the whole time. But you know,
What's your relationship right now with Ralph?
man, it's my dog. We speak every day. I just had a baby shower. He was there. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
I know. You know what I'm saying? I know little Ralphie. You know what I'm saying? I got to carry the new little baby that he got, and we all chilling, man. I got a baby on the way. Everybody cool, man. It's like real family type shit. Like, I fuck with Ralphie.
That's very dope. So, how long would you say you've been rapping for?
I mean, I'm 43 years old. I've been rapping forever, bro, since motherfuckers was freestyling on screw tapes, you know, because that's what we were doing. So, but probably like, you know, back when I first started, I was rapping. Then I started always been trying to do like some. I used to think I was gonna be like P. Diddy or some shit, like have like a label, thought battle, you know what I'm saying? But I used to try to do that shit back when we were selling CDs, bro. We used to sell, like remember I told you I had the store, so we had opened up a store and all of that. And the whole reason I did it was that, like, back in the day, like, it wasn't like now where you could just upload your song and post it on Instagram, and sometimes for some people it just goes viral. It doesn't happen for very many people, but sometimes it does, you know?
Like Jacob.
Yeah, like Jacob. And so, like, now, back then, it was more like you do all of the music. Then it was like, bro, to record a song back then, that shit was like $500 for each song. You finally got a whole project done, and then you had to pay $3,000 for 1,000 CDs, and then you finally got the CDs in, and then you was like, you felt lit as fuck, like, oh, check it out, I got a fucking CD, fool, check it out. Like, you show your fucking Heffa and shit. Like, she puts one away, like, oh, I'm gonna hold this for you. She still got them, you know? But then you realize, like, what do I do with this? You know what I'm saying? Because you're not with a major label. You're not tied into all the major.
Got to go stand in front of the superstore.
In front of the superstore. You got to go to the club while everyone's getting drunk and take a couple in and see if the bouncer will let you and try to sell them. And then everyone's going to sit there and look at you and tell you no. And for like me, I'm a street nigga. I've been having bread since like the first time I got out of prison. So like I've been having some bread. So it just was very like humbling, and just like it just felt like shit. Like,
cause you got a pocket full of money off some other shit, and you gotta sit right here and try to pump the CD for $5 or $10.
People
like,
are looking at you like a nobody.
Like, hey, do you like music?
Yeah. Hey, bro, check. You know what I'm saying? Like, check me out, bro. I'm hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just never was. So I was like, one day I'm just like, I went to San Anto to go try to sell some beats to the homie Juan at Urban City, because he had a group called Third Degree. Shout out Lavola. He just got out he just did a 10. He just been on for like about 10 years. I mean, for 2 years. And so I had went up there to try to go sell them some beats, because I had this producer back in the day named Dollar Bill with me and shit. And so we had went over there, and then I saw he had a store, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I got to do. Like, in order to sell these CDs, I got to create this whole thing around
a marketplace for it.
You feel me? And so,
how old were you at this point?
Like 24.
Because I'm trying to gauge how old I was at that point.
I was like 24, 25. Well, no, I started making music like at 21, but
no, yeah, to be at that point of the CDs and the stores and shit.
Yeah. So it was like 2001. You know what I'm saying? 2001 to 2005.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember 2001 because that's when the Twin Towers went down. I was locked up. I was working in the kitchen. I was coming out. They had the TV on in the kitchen. I was like, so I remember I got out that year, and then we started. So like around 2002, 2003 was when we got our first like CDs. So we thought it was gonna be lit, but then we ended up doing the store, and And it ended up being like, I sold like 50,000 CDs and shit, right? But where does that go? It's not on the, like, you know how like you put out some shit on the internet and it goes viral and then you could see it 20 years later, like, oh wow, that shit did fucking 10 million views, or that shit, you know, back then it did, you know, 1 million views. Like,
there's no record of it.
there's no record of that shit at all, because it was all hand to hand. It was all out of your store. It was all like, you know, and so yeah, like that's what it was back then.
So you said you wanted to be on some P Diddy shit. So is it safe to say that now you are kind of like on some music executive shit, because you pivoted from? I mean, you still rap, right?
Right. I still
But now you're doing the music exec shit.
Yeah.
And what exactly does that entail? Like who you with, what you doing, et cetera, et cetera.
So basically, the music. I started signing producers first, right? Because I would be at the house that me and Sonny Digital and AK had, in, you know, the Narco House, and I was trying to do music. I was trying to rap, you know, and I was rapping and I was dropping music. But it's only like everybody's coming by, right? Everybody's been to the crib, right? I mean, whoever you could think of, right? Like Kawhi Leonard, Metro Boomin, fucking just anyone, right? Everyone's been to the crib.
Well,
right?
you said Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard used to pull up on us and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Resource, man. Like, and so everyone's been to the crib. Like whoever you could think of, Trippy before he had no fans. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna circle back to the
crib.
to the crib.
But like, okay, so then give me back to the question real quick, because now I lost track.
The music executive
Oh
shit.
yeah. So basically, I started signing all these producers. Young God, McCoy, and Purple K were like the foundation of what I did, right? And I just was using that as another way to like just mix in, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a street nigga, bro. Like at the end of the day, like you could mix it in with certain people, but a lot of the time the labels, they gonna hold their nuts on you when you a street nigga. They hate that shit. They scared of that shit. You know what I mean? They're all like, a lot of the label niggas are all like college grads and you know what I mean? Like
This is a very big risk we're taking on here.
yeah. I mean, they'll take the risk on the artist. They want the artist to kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to take a risk on someone who's just as dangerous as the artist that they want to kill themselves. They don't want to do business with that person. You feel what I'm saying? Because now they done put you at a peer level, eye to eye with them. They like to look down at people like that and keep them down there, and then they don't care what happens down there. They're gonna make money regardless. So they'll hold their nuts on the street nigga who's like, you know, like who's got like a little bit of motion and people respect them and shit. Like a lot of the time they'll hold their nuts because they don't know what to do with you. They did it a couple times back in the 90s and you see what happened. You know what I mean? Birdman, Suge Knight, Master P. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
it's safe to say they kind of like prey like upon like pretty much like they'll prey upon like who don't know any better, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that they prey.
Or not prey, but take advantage.
I wouldn't even say they take advantage. What I say is that they're able to use the old laws for some stuff that's not really happening right now. So back in the day, a record label, they took, like I just told you, back even when I was doing it in 2000, 2001, it cost $300-400 to record a song. So imagine in the 50s and 60s and 70s when all of this shit was started, right? And it costed thousands of dollars to go and record.
They still try to apply that.
They still use that same format, but it doesn't do that anymore. Now
I could cut that whole shit on my pad.
Lil homie, Lil whatever his name is, Lil Whoop-de-whoop or whatever, Lil whatever.
Jacob's right there recording us.
Jacob's right there recording on his iPhone. You know what I'm saying? There's no cost to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
in the car.
that's why the distribution game is becoming more of a thing, because it's like the contracts that they hand out are just very old school. And so they haven't really made the
Yeah, you can't tell me that part of my advance has to be recouped based off studio time when I'm the one that recorded the shit.
you know what I mean? And then, but they will. And
No,
then,
absolutely.
And they will. And then people just aren't informed, you know what I'm saying? Or they think wrong, or they think like, oh, well, because they'll offer maybe a little bit more than like what a distro would. But it's a little bit more for way more of you, you know. You don't even get to own anything. Now it's their shit, you know, and that's the whole reason that they put so much in. So I wouldn't say that they're doing anything wrong, or like Kanye was on some, like, I fuck with Kanye and all of that shit. Like, I think he cool as he was always one of my favorite rappers. I don't think he wrong, or I don't think he right. You know what I'm saying? I think everyone has the right to have an opinion, but my opinion is that they're just running business the way businesses run. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, like why the do we pay fuck $1,200 for some Rick pants when I could get the same material, whatever, probably at fucking Target or whatever for fucking $50. If Target wanted to make these for $50, they could, right? So we choose to do that, you know. So at the end of the day, we make the choices to do what we do. So you can't be taken advantage of when you're making the choice to do it, you know.
I like it. I absolutely feel it. Yeah. Who are some people? Well, what exactly is it that you do on the music shit? Now I think about it.
I mean, now we got the production team, of course, Narco Wave. You know what I'm saying? We got about 14 or 15 producers signed. You know, if anytime you hear the I get my work from the Narco tag, or the I get my plug from the Narco, the Mexicans, that's Draco's voice on that one. And then our newest one, RIP Draco and RIP Suede, our new one is like, hey, shout out the whole Narco team, and that's Suede's voice and shit. Anytime you hear those or whatever, you know it's our beats and shit. So we do that. And then I got a distribution company with my partner, Will Hoops, the world famous Will Hoops. That's my man. And so we got a distribution like venture where we're like helping different independent artists, you know, just kind of like bubble a little bit more so they can go get more money from, you know, from whoever they want to go get money from when it's time to. You know?
Any popular artists that we may have heard of that you've been helped develop or further?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like, did I help develop back in the day? Like, I remember, I think I kind of like, people know me because I kind of like discovered Tay Money, the homegirl. That's my homegirl. She going crazy from Dallas. Then recently, I mean, your favorite ex-boyfriend, Jacob, we got him with us. That was like the first people we signed, like that song. Like, it was funny. Like, we always laugh about that. But KP Skywalker is going crazy right now. Shout out my boy Roger. He brought him into us, and we do that as a team. KP Skywalker's out of DC.
That's dope.
We got Oh Boy Prince, which got that viral song on TikTok and everywhere, really is doing like 10 million spins a week over all platforms. And that's it. The bounce when she walk, all the girls are like twerking to it right now. Yeah, the bounce when she walk, like, we got that. And then I mean, really a lot of people. RIP Semi Homie, who was in DC. We working with him. We working with shit. We have a lot of people. Bobby Nice out of New York. JHE Devo out of Chicago. Just a lot of people. Like, we've been distributing Cincy Molly's stuff. The new song she dropped with Draco, we distributed that. Like, that was recorded at my house, so I put the play together, helped out with that. I mean, we got 19 artists right now that we deal with. It's more boutique-y. We're not like just trying to just come like and just be like, yo, we want to distribute you, because I'm not really like, I can't cap, bro. Like, I'm not going, like, there's no way for me to have time for like 200 people, because I'm hands-on. Like, oh, we have YMA Gus, which is, you know what I'm saying, like,
speak on that.
I'm super proud. He's Raza. He's actually from Mission. Well, he's from Michigan, but from Mission, Texas, which is where I'm from, where my kids were raised. So it's crazy because my business partner and my employee Jackson found him, and then I saw his number was 956. I was like, what the f-? Like, he from down there? And then I did some research, and I'm like, oh yeah, you got to come with us. So he's been going viral. Like, I mean, the kid just got it. He be going crazy. Like, we found him and he was going crazy, and then since then, like, we just try to help our artists like double and triple up, right? I mean, it's hard to do it on your own, bro.
Of course.
It's really hard. And and a lot of artists start making a little bit of money, but it's still not enough to be able to live your life and invest into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's what a good distribution company should always be like, yo, we got like, you make this much a month? Okay, cool. We could give you this much, but like, we also got this much in marketing, you know what I'm saying? And then, because you got to have some money in marketing, bro, because if not, you know, And it's nothing crazy. It's not like motherfuckers is just wizards out here that just know exactly what to do.
No, absolutely.
But it's just to have money there for the right opportunity, right? Like maybe you're whatever, and it's like, oh, we got to get this up on the blogs real quick. Okay, cool. You don't got to come out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Or oh, like this dude did a song with me, but the label says we need a, his manager wants a little whatever the and we're gonna get it cleared. It's gonna come out. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like the artists don't have to really come out of pocket. You should always be dealing with somebody who's gonna really invest into you. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel about? We recently had a interview drop with an individual that has a large distribution company, Gold Toes. What do you think about the way
GT, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say what you're describing is not necessarily the way he runs his operation. Are you familiar?
I am familiar with GT. I just recently found out his name was Gold Toast. I've never met the homie. Much respect to the homie. You know
Absolutely.
I have no idea how he runs his business, so I can't speak on how he runs his business or not. You know what I'm saying?
Says he has 6,000 artists to sign.
It's a lot of phone calls, man.
But as opposed to how you're more of like a boutique and doing this or that, he has them sign up. And he distributes their music, or the company distributes the music. But that's not what you're saying you do. What you're saying is it's almost more like a record label scenario where you're giving them a budget, possibly in advance and things like that.
Yeah, no, it's not possibly in advance. We're only working with artists that are already making enough money that where we can give them in advance, right?
No, I feel it.
I'm not ready to work with anyone who needs to be put on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not out here like. I don't want to say that in the wrong way because I don't want it to sound like shade. The way we're doing it is we're going after artists that are already kind of like starting to be established or that
No,
we
I
feel
completely
could be
understand.
established. And then we try to help them out. That's what I'm about, bro. I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a rapper for real. I still rap. I just dropped a song last week. I got a song out with Ralphie. I got a new song coming with Draco. I just dropped some shit with Q the Fool. My boy Free. He was gone for 2 years. Like, I'm dropping projects, Text to Cali. I got songs with Suede. I got all of the homies always want to do songs with me. So I'm in the mix. It's not like I'm paying for features. They just want to fuck with me, you know? But so when I came into business with my business partner, we decided that we was going to do it both ways, which is like we're going to try to be as fair as possible, to where we can make some money, but where we could also make people feel like that they're not, that they're being compensated for what they've done. So we look to find artists that are already at least making 1,000, 1,500 a month on DistroKid. Those are the ones we could help. You know what I mean? Now I could come in and be like, oh, you make that much? Okay, cool. Look, check it out. I got this for you, and then I got this for you. And then look, we're going to rock out like this, And then usually what we do is we do that. We distribute their music, and then we have a little period where we invest into them, and we try to go help them get a really big deal if they want. If they want to stay independent, then we try to help them stay independent. But we try to be that little like where basically, we put into you, and hopefully we quadruple or triple or 100 times your numbers, and then all of a sudden the labels that were calling that were offering you 100K, now they're offering you 1.5 million. You know what I'm saying? And then of course we get a little piece of that, right? And then vámonos, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Who are some of your favorite Southern California rappers? I'm not saying the top 10, top 5, but definitely give me a little list.
Just
from Southern California.
Just all colors though.
Latin.
Like Raza. I had to go Southern California.
Don't make it sound like it's such a hard thing.
No, it's not. I mean, Suede is my favorite, like, Chicano rapper out of Southern California for sure. R.I.P. Straight up. He was a legend. I think it was up that anyone would take him from us because we had something right there that was gonna, we've only had one person go crazy in the mainstream, and the nigga was a rat. So okay. I felt like Suede was like.
Who do you mean?
6ix9ine. Right?
Oh
6ix9ine,
shit!
6ix9ine,
Yeah.
6ix9ine's
Well, what about old boy from Texas, SPM?
Who?
We got a winner here.
I had to ask because he's from Texas, and a lot of people from LA, they kind of got that against him. Like, Icon would know better.
He doesn't even know who that is. So
I don't even know who we're talking about.
Nah, but who else you like from LA or from Southern California?
Shit, I liked Peso too. Peso crazy hard.
If he gets out of jail, that'll be amazing.
He's gonna go crazy. And then Shit. I fuck with them. Fuck with Phoenix. Phoenix is Mexican, right? Is he Mexican?
He's half.
Yeah,
He's half, right? I Phoenix. I think I always thought Phoenix was hard. And then like the Chicano, like the like LA style rappers, like, I mean, I don't really listen to them, but I think all of them dudes are legends for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Say one.
like what's the homie from? He just did like a Southern LA corrido. Like,
Oh, Sad Boy.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I think like that's somebody that I had heard of before. I've never really listened to new music, but I've heard of him before. Like before I made it out here. So like coming from a Texas perspective, right? Like I had heard of him. I had heard of King Little G before I came out here. And Bravo. I had heard of Bravo's Mexican, right?
Yeah, I think
Right?
so.
He's some type of Hispanic.
He
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I don't want to be wrong. He's
Somebody
some,
told some other people say he was like Filipino or some shit.
I don't think he's
That
Filipino,
fool
but
could probably. Nah, I don't know.
anything could happen in life.
But yeah, nah, but I've actually fucked with his music because I heard it because he had a song with Draco. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
like I heard his music, but like the people that I'm listening to, like, you know, fucking Suede all day, Pace all day.
What about anybody out there in Texas as far as Raza? Like new generation.
The new generation, shit. I mean, there's some people going crazy over there right now, but I mean, you know, Peso, that's the homie. You know, I think D Baby got a really good voice, and I think he making some really good music right now.
He's definitely doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, and he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he make really good music. Like, so you can't hate on it. Like, I'm not a hater. I want to see us win, all of us. I don't care who it is. I don't give a I just want more of us to be at the top. Like, I want more of it to be the way it is right now, where it's like you're just seeing all these, like, and right now they're from Mexico artists at the top of the charts. But I don't care
Yes.
where the Mexicans from. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're from fucking Belgium and you're Mexican. Like, I just want them at the top. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? It's our turn, I feel like. So I'm not hating on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But out of Texas, damn, me, you know what I'm saying? People don't, you know, my music's not for everybody because I speak from more of like a boss perspective, and I talk about shit out here, like going to the Sadie Hawkins dance or fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I talk about
fly
wearing
shit.
Rick Owens, and I'm like, you know, you see my Instagram, it's just fit pics. I fucking think I'm Uzi or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, my shit's fire as fuck, but them other niggas is really putting up numbers going crazy. You know, Trap a Lot, free Trap a Lot, he going crazy. Shout out my boy Vayu 22 Vayu, he with us, and he the one that introduced me to Trap a Lot. Trap a Lot's, he a problem for real.
Yeah, he go
for
crazy.
real. Yeah.
How you feel about the current state of Latino rappers? Do you feel like it's better than ever before?
I mean, it has to be, right? I mean, I think so. I mean, I think there's more opportunity now than ever before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're waiting for one person to really like break through. You know, because I always felt that the problem really was that, like, you know, y'all are all from here, right? Are you from here?
Yeah.
And you're from here. Like, y'all don't know how blessed y'all is to come from a city where, like, people already thought Mexicans were cool in their own way. You know what I mean? Whether it was like people getting lowriders, you know what I'm saying, or people getting all hella black and gray ink, you know what I'm saying, getting like Mexican style like tattoos or Mexican style artwork all over the city. Like, you know, like, you don't see that in Texas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guess you're starting to now, but it was, you know, you didn't see that. So I just think that I just want to see more of us like really break all the way through and become cool enough for the white people and everyone else to think that we're cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I still feel like they still look at us like, you know what I mean? Like they're just so used to like our tias and our abuelitas and our moms like being their fucking cleaning ladies, and then them giving us their hand down clothes, that it's really hard for them to see us as cool. That's my opinion on that shit. I do believe that, like, right now in the world that we live in the United States, the lowest of the low is us. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be the one to hold that crown and be like, we're and everybody hates us, because that's not even how raza is. We're not like on that type of way. We never have
Not
been.
at all.
The new little kids, they be all like all Latinx, like shut the up, bro. Like, we don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you want to be like in just stating facts and numbers, like, yeah, we're the lowest of the low. We're the only ones that you're still allowed to talk about. We're the only ones you're still allowed to make fun of. You know what I'm saying? We're the only ones that are still allowed to poke at. Like, we're the only ones that people are allowed, you know, and I with Trump, but like, you know, I knew what he was doing. He was trolling, but the fact that you're even allowed to talk like that still and make jokes, even though I still with him, but it's like, you can't do that to no one else besides for us. You know what I'm saying? And so,
What do you feel like it's gonna take for them to like stop treating us like that?
I mean, it just like, it's an overall thing. It's not just one thing. We all need, it's like, if you have a circle and we're just pushing like this, it's just gonna make it look like a pear. You know what I mean? But if we have a circle and someone's pushing here, 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 and we make it bigger and bigger and then it pops, that's how it works. So it's gonna be an overall thing. Like we need more like popular Latina girls doing the shows. They already are, like Jenny Ortega, like getting lead roles and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even that whole thing, like they made like Gomez Adams and the whole thing that they did,
That's
right?
tight.
You're starting to see more shit like that. You know, a lot of these leading actresses you're starting to see. So they're already starting to see, they've always saw our women and our food. That's always been the one thing. They can't take that away from us. Our women and our food. Everyone wants to eat our women and everyone wants to eat our food, period. You know what I'm saying? But the men, in my opinion, with us are very undervalued. You know what I mean? And so like, it's always been like, you know, it's gonna take like, you know, my homeboy, I was just telling you about my homeboy Gil, right? Like he a model. Like we need more like Mexicano male models. We need more like Mexicano leading role actors that are like traditionally good looking for the girls to be like, oh my God, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like we need like the whole thing. You know what I mean? We need like 5 rappers. We need somebody on the national news.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You
like
feel me?
Like I see it everywhere. Feel me? In every industry or business.
We need it everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's our responsibility to do that. You feel me? If we're not going to ask for it and we're not going to push for it, then we're not going to get it, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because right now they still feel like, whatever, them fools are just going to fuck it. We're the biggest consumer in this country. There's 70 million of us here, or like 60 something million, and that's just documented. So let's just say there's an extra 30 M's on top of that. There's almost 100 million Latinos in this country. Like Mexicans take up like 70% of that. So let's say there's 70 million of us here. You feel me? We need to make our kids be lawyers and be news anchors and be politicians, and we need a president too. Like what the fuck? You feel me? Like it can't just be every time the Bolillos and then now a couple of the black homies is making it in. Like, no, it needs to be like, we need to be up there too. Ain't no Mexican on the Supreme Court. We got Montemayor, but we don't got no Mexicano on that mother. We 70 million deep in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just feel that we need to make like a big ass like push on all angles.
No, like you said, like this.
Yeah. And then that's, you know.
I ain't mad at that.
You feel me?
That's what it's definitely going to take.
I mean, you see what happens whenever we do. We're the ones that support everything. You go see like, what do they call him? Fluffy the comedian?
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh, his shows be like 100,000 people there. All Mexicanos, you know what I'm saying? George Lopez does a show, it'd be fucking, bro. It's like, we're going to support, but we support everyone because it's like, it's not enough of just us to just look at, and plus who wants to do it? It's not like we want to just look at Mexicans all day, us either, right? It's just like, we just want to be included in the whole party, like, you know what I'm saying? Because if not, what's going to end up happening now is that what's happening now is we're just going to just take the whole party. That's what's happening, is it's going to end up being like 10, 15 hours from later, you're going to look back and there's going to be 150, we're going to be half the country. And the graduating classes are going to be all fucking Mexicanos, and there's going to be like no way to do it. That's just what's going to happen.
What do you think about raza that says the N-word? I know you do, but
Yeah, I said nigga a whole bunch of times. I think it's
gasful.
I think it's where you're from, right? Because I think out here in Cali, they have issues with it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Some people definitely dislike it. Some people don't give a f. Some people, you know.
But my thing is it's not, I don't get what you dislike and you like. You feel me? Like, I'm not hanging around you. You know what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that's like, hey, I don't like the way you talk, then well, I don't want to hang out with you for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then if it's like, I'm not finna sit here and, like, bro, I'm from Texas, bro. There's like racist people out there for real, for real. Like I mean, I know over here it'd be like race beefs and shit because of the gangs and shit. Like, but in the South, there was back when I was coming up, there's actually racist people, like real racist people,
Like legitimate.
like legitimate, like drive by and throw something at you. You know what I mean? That to me, that's racist, right? Not letting you eat somewhere. Like to me, like that's racist. Like all the kids nowadays, they think prejudice is racist. Like
No.
because you don't like someone, you're
Not letting someone into an establishment on their
That's
pigmentation is super racist.
punching someone in their face because of their pigmentation of their skin is super racist. You know? That's racism. You know what I'm saying? So where we're from is racism. You go to them white people ain't. What do they say? They call the black people the N word with the hard R. They call the Arabians sand N word with the hard R. You think that they don't call us the N word when man, they all? I done heard them. I done heard people say that before. Like they all the N word to us.
My grandfather's nickname was N word with a hard R because he was a little darker, and he said, "Well, that's what they used to call me."
Yeah.
Well, like damn. My grandpa's old as shit though. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's dead now, R.I.P. But when he passed away, he was like 90 something. So
Yeah, so he's old.
he experienced the shit. Yeah,
He experienced where there was signs that said, no Mexicans or no dogs, no blacks, no Mexicans. That was a real thing.
yeah. Coloreds were all of us, not just black people.
Right. And
Coloreds were all of
and they had
us.
to make it out and say like, yo, Mexicans are considered them. So now you can't tell me nowhere. It's like hip hop when they be like, oh, hip hop's ours. Bro, hip hop was made in the Bronx, bro. You know how mixed the Bronx is, bro? You mean to tell me the park that they were freestyling, there wasn't one Latino there? Or one half Latino there? Man, this shit is all of ours, bro. You got us fucked up.
I had an argument with.
And it's the same thing with the word. You think racist people are gonna pick terms on what they're gonna call us? If I'm walking down the street with 4 of my black friends, he gonna call me the N-word just like everyone else. You feel what I'm saying? And so, who the are you to tell me what the first of all, no one's gonna tell me what the I could say, period, bro. I'm 43 years old, bro. I got grown-ass kids in college with full academic scholarships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rode my kids. I'm a real-ass dad, and I'm a real-ass friend. I'm a real-ass street nigga. I made my money. I done been to prison, and I made it all the way to 43 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no one gonna tell me shit. I had a person at the label the other day tell me about one of my artists. They were like, they was trying to upstream him, right? Which is like where they got to give him a big ass bag, and then we all, you know what I'm saying, like, because we've been making him bigger. And they was like, how do you feel about him saying the N word? Some of our employees over here feel like Mexicans shouldn't be allowed to say the N word. And I was just like, you ever been to prison in Texas? Like, you ever been? What are you? She was a white lady. I'm like, what? First of all, what do you have? What business do you have speaking on the black homies' issues? If they got an issue, they could hit me up about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna talk to them straight up. You know what I mean? They gonna feel me what I'm saying, and I'm gonna feel them what they saying. But I was like, who the is they to tell us anyways, bro? We're at the bottom right now. Quit trying to like stop. It is what it is. It's time for people to recognize that shit. It is what it is.
There was a topic that popped up on various networks, including the food community, which was what's her name, Ari something or other, Ari Fletcher, right? Is that her name? Is it Ari Fletcher?
Yep.
Ari
like
Fletcher said, "What's up with Mexicans saying the N word?" And you left a very unique comment on that post. Talk to me about it.
I mean, I just said like, you know, like
Bring your mic back in, my brother. Yes, sir.
I just said like, shit. Cause ain't no one gonna tell. That's what I just said. Basically, is ain't no one gonna tell me shit. Like, now, I'm not running around saying nigga in front of some old black lady. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be respectful, right? Like, if I'm around my peers, I'm finna talk how the I talk. If you're my peer and you're my friend, like, it's not like you're not finna tell me anything. You know what I'm saying? Plus, who the she a bitch? She telling on her baby dad that he got guns in the house and trying to get the fool arrested. Like, bitch, worry about your own trash ass life. Don't worry about what we doing.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'm talking about your trucking business, because like that's crazy to me, because a lot of rappers don't really do that. How do you feel? Do you feel like it's important for like people in the entertainment space to like branch out and get money different ways instead of just in the entertainment business?
Definitely.
And you feel like a lot of times, like, because I'm asking, because you feel, you know, sometimes people fall off and shit.
I mean, not sometimes. I mean, every time. That's what I tell everybody that I with, because I'm gonna give them the real. That's why niggas fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Snoop Dogg, we got LL Cool J, like Ice-T, Method Man, Like, how many other rappers y'all know that are still making money from back in the day? Feel me?
Not very many.
It's not more than like 20 or 30 rappers that are like, that haven't found something else to do to stay rich. Even like they say, Rick Ross didn't get rich off of rap. Rick Ross got rich off of owning fucking like 70 wing stops. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a homeboy that made a wing stop. He used to make like 80 bands a month off that bitch. So, shit, you know, times 70, right? And it's like, you got to invest, bro. You got to invest into something else, bro. Especially in today's climate, bro. Motherfucker be on you one week and be off you the next week.
That's
Or
facts.
some crazy shit will happen. Some, you know what I'm saying? Some shit you can't even think of happens, and then all of a sudden the internet's on you by some reason, and they don't even listen to your shit no more, and then fucking whatever the fuck. Like, right? Like, you can't fucking be like, that's why I tell everyone we give money to, like, bro, do something with this shit. I don't care if you fucking go buy packs, like, do something. Find a way. Don't just start spending this from whatever money we give you all the way down to zero. Like, that's the wrong thing to do no matter what. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always tell people, like, pick a number and make that your zero. You got 100 bands, pick 50. 50 should be your zero. Never go under 50, ever. If you make it to 50, that means you have $0. You know what I'm saying? 50,000. You feel me? Or maybe it could be 5,000 for somebody, right? Like, or even 1,000 for somebody. Like, pick a number and make it your zero, and then grind up, and then pick another number and make it your zero and grind up, and then never go below that zero, because you never know, like, if you're a street nigga, you need a lawyer, you need a lawyer on retainer, you need bail, then you go to jail, you can be in there for 3 months, who's gonna pay the bill? You gotta have money, bro. You can't be living your life day to day to day, you know what I'm saying? Like, this chain was a dumb as, you know what I mean? Like, I never even wear it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wear it to like an interview. You gotta be, everywhere you go when you're wearing it, you gotta be extra careful, if you know what I mean. Like, and so it's just like I could have bought a fucking crib in Texas with this chain, right? Not saying that we don't have cribs in Texas, but I'm just saying, like, there's other things you could do with your money, because then whenever your fame runs out, or your time runs out, or your streams go down, or your song starts to, no matter, and everybody's music goes down after a while.
Facts.
So you have to prepare for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to prepare for life. That's your whole objective in life, is to keep it going and shit. You don't want to be having $1 million when you're 24 and then working at food for less when you're fucking 53, because you're a fucking grandpa now and you're fucking just living in some little casita and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell people that, bro. You get a couple $100,000, fuck a chain, go buy a crib somewhere. That way you at least got a crib, and from now on all you owe is the property taxes, and when you fall off as a rapper, you still got a crib, and if you want to sell it, you can fucking sell that bitch and be back up a couple hundred. You know? But nobody want to listen.
No one's trying to hear that shit.
Nah, it's dumb as fuck, bro.
Talk to me about the famous Narco House.
Bro, I be wanting to fucking, bro, I wish sometimes you could jump inside of the youngsters' heads and just give them all the wisdom. But they just don't get it, because I didn't get it when I was younger either. I know you didn't get it. None
Hell
of us
no.
got it, bro. None of us.
If I knew what I knew now back then,
No, mama.
too crazy.
We'd be fucking Elon Musk.
And even then, to try to teach someone young now, these generations' work ethic isn't like us. They're like late bloomers now. Don't get me wrong. There's some kids that are exposed to certain shit and they're activated in that way. But to have like a crazy business sense,
Yeah.
like, you know, like there's a couple of kids here and they're like 25 and they're in real estate or some stupid shit like that. But
For the most part.
nah, yeah, they're super slow late bloomers. But
yeah, the Narco House, man. It's
how did it begin? How did it start? Let's dive deep, since a lot of went in through there. You know what I'm saying?
So I started coming out here, you know what I'm saying, on some other shit, you know, coming to Cali while everyone else comes to Cali, and
Which is why.
I mean,
I'm just fucking around.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, I'm just fucking around.
and shit. And then I started noticing, because I would be in New York a lot. Remember I told you I'd be doing pop-ups in New York with fashion, and I was, you know, meeting a lot of people on the scene and fashion. The fashion scene is really the way I made my way into the music scene and shit. And so I came out here and I was with my boy Joey from Ace Trucks, and I'd be staying at his crib. When I come in, I'd be, hey bro, let me stay in one of your rooms. He had a big ass crib, and I'd just give him some bread and stay in his room and just kind of like for like 2 weeks, and then go back home and then come back and then excuse me. I had some drink, and my boy Tracy T told me, hey, my boy Q needs some drink. I put up on my boy Q, and I met my boy AK, and I met Sonny Digital, right? And then I was like, yo, Sonny, we should do a project. So like I was like, at the time, I'm from South Texas, bro. I don't know anyone in the music industry. Like I told you, I've been doing all these CDs and doing all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I didn't know. So I'm like, damn, Sonny, this is Sonny Digital. So I'm like, hey, bro, like, man, I got like 20 bands for you to make some beats for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me 6 beats for 20 bands. He was like, shit, all right, bet. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it big. I rented a big ass studio out here, flew everybody out. And then we just ended up being cool. So then I noticed he would be out here a lot. And I was like, hey, bro, you keep getting like Airbnbs and shit. Like, fuck it, bro. Cause my boy Joey's about to let the house go. I'm like, bro, let's just go half on this crib. Like, me, you, and AK, we just tear it up. He was like, all right, bet. So we made it the crib. And then him being him, he's a legend, you know what I'm saying? So he let people know he had a crib in LA, and each studio had like a little like small setup the way we record now with like an iMac and a couple of little monitors and, you know what I'm saying, like interface and a mic. And so we just started in there, bro, and people just started coming through. And then after about 5-6 months, Sonny took off. But the house had already been through so many people would be there, and then it just kind of like after that, and that was early. I've had the house for 8 years, so that was early, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, he moved out 6 months, and then we just kept it going. We kept it going, like, I mean, like I said, everybody's been through there, bro, from fucking ASAP Rocky to Bari to fucking whoever you could think of, you know what I'm saying?
Tell me some crazy stories that are tellable.
I mean,
how about you tell me one of the most extreme stories, but not say who exactly it was?
You know what, bro? It's not, there is no really extreme stories at the house besides for like the culture and the creativeness of it, because I'm older, right? I'm 43 years old. So 8 years ago, I was
37, 38.
36, 37. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was, I've always been kind of like, people have always been like, big bruh, you know what I'm saying? Plus you know what I'm saying, I'm having to whatever they need, you know what I'm saying? So people, you know, big bruh. So my house has always been run with puro respeto, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Ain't never really been no like just crazy stories. But one time I had a crazy story there, and it was I had this crazy, I used to have this crazy ass ex-girlfriend, bro. Like, she cool, man, but like this, bro. Anyways, my new baby mama gonna kill me for even talking about this shit. But the story's so crazy. Like, it was this big old fight, bro, and it was like probably like fucking, dude. It used to be like 12 people in one room, 5 people in the other room, 3 people over here, and then people would fall asleep. We wake up the next day, start making music at 9 in the morning in every room. It was just like, you know, the culture was just has always been there, and things started going crazy, and like she was going crazy. So everybody tried to like get her out, you know, and then like we got her out. Then she started going crazy. I guess the neighbor called the police and shit, and then like the neighbor called the police, and then like the police came, but then the like police started like kind of like almost beating her up, bro. Like, so then we all got mad again, like, hey, chill out. Like, we were trying to get her gone, but then it wasn't none of us that called the police, like the neighbor across the street, because she was like, you know, whatever. And then like, bro, like 2 helicopters and like 70 police cars, bro, like AKs. I had never seen like that. I felt like it was like, I'm like, bro, what the like over, you know what I'm saying? And like I'm like, this is right before like the whole riots and all of the stuff that happened, right? So this was probably like a year before that. So this is when like, you know, you had been seeing a lot of people get shot in the news and shit. So like I had to call 911 on some like, hey bro, the police got us surrounded, bro. Like, she's like, what? I'm like, bro, tell them I got like 7 little Mexican kids in here. Not little, but I'm saying I'm older. So I'm like, I got like 7 Mexican young people in here and like 5 young black people in here. Like, bro, they about to slaughter us, bro. Like, I'm like telling her there's like 30 fucking machine guns pointed at us and shit. Like, somehow she got a hold of the vato that was right there. They got on the phone and shit, and they got me on the phone. They were like, look, bro, we just want to, you know, whatever. I'm like, bro, I can't, bro. It was like this crazy ass standoff and shit. And finally they left and shit. But they were never gonna leave. They were about to batter ram the whole shit, because they were like saying that they thought that maybe like somebody was being held hostage or some crazy shit, bro. LA is a crazy place. Y'all's police out here move way different. And so finally, I was like, look, bro, like, I got all these young people in here. You can't kill all of these people, bro. This is going to be like, so I said, look, bro, I fucking let them in. They were like, all we got to do is make sure there's no one in there. So we went out one at a time. They cuffed us, bro. They had us all lined up. And then they went in there real quick and just fucking checked all the rooms, made sure there was no bodies or no crazy shit in there. And then they came and they let us go. They let everyone go. But that shit was crazy. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that shit happened. That shit happened to me twice. One time it happened on 4th of July in the hills. Some lady got mad that we were popping fireworks because you're not supposed to pop them in the hills and shit. I guess you're not. You know what I mean? You could pop them everywhere else in LA. But so she called the police and said we had guns, bro, and they pulled up, bro, again like that with like fucking 30 cops, guns pointed at us, bro. My kids were in the crib. They had us all handcuffed. It was crazy, bro, over some fireworks, bro. Some white lady, she had came out being all fucking racist and shit. But those are like some crazy LA cop stories and shit. Like, the house is always cool, bro. We just be in there.
Tell me the wildest collaboration that's taken place there, whether it was with you or amongst other people. Because who knows the crazy combinations of human beings that were there in the same instance, you know?
Yeah, I mean, shit, bro. We done had, bro, the list just goes on forever of how many people have been there working, right? Like, I can't, my mind goes blank when I think about it because it's like.
Too many. But what about the same two human beings right there linking up at the same time by chance from both being there?
From both being there was,
like, let's say it's me, you, Tupac, and Dr. Dre, and somehow or another we're all in different rooms and we all bump into each other and we're like, hey, let's get it together.
Make a song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, it was going on a lot around the time, and it would be like, I mean, even at the end, like the Molly Draco collab, like when Cincy Molly did the song with Draco, like we was all just chilling, you know what I'm saying? And Molly, that's like little sis to me, like, you know what I'm saying? We like this, like, shout out Molly, I love you, girl. And we all chilling, you know, and then Draco just, you ain't trying to rap though. That's what he tell her, and she was like, hell yeah. He just got up, put on a beat, and fucking snapped. You know what I'm saying? The song out right now, the shit crazy. It's called And I mean, that's basically how it happened every time who was over there, bro. Whether it was like, fuck, Drum did a song with RX Peso. I mean,
Drum.
one time I didn't ever put it out because Travis Scott was there and we was playing beats and he started like humming the hook. And when he left, I like put words to it, and then I was like, nah, I don't even know this fool to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like Nakel Smith used to be in there fucking with Maddox a lot. A lot of producers met artists in there. Like my boy Marcel met Midman in there. And now they work hand in hand. Just like a lot of shit, bro. Theophilus London used to be in there with us like every day working on different shit. I had him collabing with like different artists that would be in there, like, and he on some whole other shit, you know? So it's just, it's hard to just remember. Like a lot of videos were done there, like Blueface Bleed It was done there, a bunch of Maxo Cream, Maddox, Nakel Smith, a bunch of my videos, Q the Fool, KP Skywalker just did one. The list just goes on. People are used to always doing videos there. A lot of the Texas homies used to use it as like a little home base too. Like they'd pull up, like shout out Splurge and Bubba and Bo and Mad Max and all of them. Like they used to pull up, and so I would introduce them to different people and shit, you know. So it's just always just been like a crazy ass vibe, and you never knew who you were gonna meet there that day. Like if it was gonna be, you know, Uno the Activist or just whoever, bro. Suede would be Suede and the Good Perry. You remember Burberry Perry? He used to be with Yachty. He was Yachty's producer, and then he didn't change his name to the Good Perry. And they make totally different music. But when Suede came in, Suede was like, damn, bro, you Perry, like, damn, I fuck with your shit, like. And then he just like jumped on a Perry song and shit, and just did like, that was a pretty trippy collab. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, them two on a song together. Yeah. We got it's endless amount of music at that house, like for sure.
Talk to me about your platinum song with J. Cole.
It's gold.
Oh, Spencer.
It's gold. Yeah. So I'm in there. I'm f***ing around, One day I told everyone, "Hey, y'all ain't working hard enough. I'm gonna be a producer." And I started teach me how to do it. So I started around. I started making beats. I started chopping up samples and shit, right? Like, cause I've always liked sample based music. And then Chase the Money walks in. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking put on for the raza and shit. Like, I'm gonna only chop up like Latin soul, old 70s like Latino, like from like Colombia and like Mexico and like Argentina and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm gonna chop up these old samples. And then fucking Chase the Money walks in and he's like, yo, what is that? He's like, bro, give me that shit. And I had chopped it up. He made a beat out of it and left like he always would. He'll come make 5 beats and leave. And then the next day he called me like, hey, bro, J. Cole and JID got on that song. Or no, it was probably like a month later he called me like. And then I was like, damn, for real? I was like, yeah. And then like, boom, it came out. I was like, fuck. So like out of the whole gang, like I was the first one with like a gold record, and I don't even really produce like that. It was dope. Yeah, that's fire. I never met either of them either. Like it's just kind of that's one of them things that happened. Neither one of them has been to the crib. Chase used to be there. Shout out Chase, man. That's my dog. For sure.
What's the future looking like for Jofi?
Before we get to the future, talk to me about your fucking leather pants and all your fashion shit that you're going through.
These ain't leather. These are like some type of like I don't know what they call it, like wax
Vinyl.
These are like wax chinos, like you know what I'm saying, like. And it's Rick. I really don't wear Rick as much anymore because now the fucking scammers done got a hold of it. So now they make everything look like shit. You know what I mean? Like, because scammers, they don't got no style. They just know how to fucking make money appear out of nothing, and they go buy a bunch of expensive shit and look like retards. Shout out all the scammers out there. But my style is like, like I was just talking about it. It's always been the same color palette, but as the style changes, I kind of like, I'll morph with it. So like, in the 2001s, I was wearing fucking size 40 jeans. You know what I'm saying? Same color schemes, but like, I might be wearing size 40 jeans with a 3X tall TT shirt back then. And then it went to fucking, True Religions and Ed Hardy's, but it was always the same color scheme. So I just stay up to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I like to wear designer shit. I like to have always had shit that like other people may not know, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, like so my Instagram, I just be doing like fit pics and shit. I don't even really be promoting my music on there really like that. Like it's more just about like fit pics and shit.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah, so I just do fashion shit. I like to wear, Margiela and fucking.
Margiela's an underrated brand to some people.
Yeah.
To me, it is.
Yeah, Margiela Fa. You just gotta know, so.
Like Giuseppe, Margiela, all kinds of brands like that. Like, not Gucci and Louis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like Louis kind of started to come back. Gucci was gone for a while, and then like I like their OG prints only. I don't like none of their new stuff, but like I got like a pair of Gucci pants with a bunch of the double G's on it. Mm-hmm. Those are cool. I'll wear something like that, but I also don't really like to wear shit with logos. So I wear a lot of designer shit, but if you don't know, you're gonna just think I'm wearing some shit from wherever, which is cool to me because I'm not. That means I'm not wearing it for you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Plus, I was always, like now I got my girl, like she bad as fuck. She about to have my baby and we together and all of that shit. But like, I'll dress for the bitches anyways. Like I was out here, fucking all the pretty bitches. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't know what I'm wearing, then I don't really want to fuck them either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't fucking with none of these fake body bitches and all of that shit. Like if my chain costs 15 times what your fucking ass costs, bitch, I don't want it. I want something that God made. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
I don't want some shit some doctor made. Like
You don't fuck with BBLs?
I mean, I got homegirls who got them, and I'm not hating on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I personally am not attracted to it.
What about if your girl had a couple of kids or whatever, and
The
she was
mommy
like,
makeover, that's cool. Like as long as she don't get carried away, I get that. She done put in some work for that. You know what I mean? But a lot of bitches just be tortas and fucking want to suck it out or whatever, and then they want to. I was saying this the other day. It's funny because like, it'd be like the dirty ass fools, the dirty ass niggas and shit, and like the little gordita girls and shit, right? And then like they really should just date, right? The way they are, but these ones go get their body done and they start getting attention, right? but they're not getting attention from the niggas who are. Because I always tell people, go find your favorite rapper's first baby mom, and if her first couple baby moms ain't bad, they weren't cool and they weren't getting no pussy till they got famous. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even know what good pussy is. Half these niggas don't even know what a bad bitch is. They just see some ass and be like, oh my God, I want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? And then these other dudes, they went and got caked up. They ain't never had no money before. They went and got caked up. So they never had no bad bitches either. And then this bitch over here, now she just getting attention from whoever because she never had attention. So she just ended up getting attention from the dude who never had a bad bitch because he thinks she's a bad bitch, but she's not even really a bad bitch. So really, they just both fucking, this fool risked his life fucking selling fucking dog food to fucking get up to get enough money to date a bitch who fucking spent her income tax because she, you know what I'm saying, because she got 2 kids on her fucking body. When they could have just fucking kept their money and fucking, you know what I'm saying, saved his money and still fucked over here, but they just did some other shit and now they're fucking over here. Like,
I look at it closely.
You feel me? Like, if you dissect that shit like that, you blow some people's minds. They like, damn. Somebody told me that they're like, damn, I didn't even think about that shit. I'm like, yeah, bro. But that's how I think. I'll be thinking like, you know.
Yeah.
Like Quan was saying right now, what do we got next for you in the future? What's next for you?
Shit, we out here, bro. We outside. We coming for it. So whatever it is, we coming for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting on for the gente. I'm doing a lot of business in Mexico right now, back and forth in Mexico City, around down there. We doing a lot of shit. We opening up studios here, Mexico City, Texas. You know what I'm saying? For all the artists that we're with.
Am I confused, or were you doing the Cabo thing quite a bit?
I used to love to go to Cabo. I still do, but I just went to Mexico City and fell in love with it. I'll trade the beach for Mexico City any day. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I've been to FA quite a few times, and I've been to Cabo quite a few times, and I don't know, Buckaroo.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. If I want to go to the beach, I'm gonna take my Ruka to the beach. But
how often do you go to the pyramids?
I've been
not the one at the palace.
No,
the moon and the sun.
I've been twice. I had never been to Mexico City until last year, and now I've been 5 times.
Oh shit! Okay.
You feel me? And I've been to the pyramids twice since I went. I love going there, bro. That shit feels fire, bro. Because
that drive is kind of cool too.
Yeah, and you're driving through the estado, and you see the favelas and shit. You're like, oh, like it's crazy. You know, it's people don't realize, bro. That's what the thing is. It's like Mexicanos, bro. Now Sao Paulo's 200,000 big or more, right? But like Mexico City is the oldest city on this side of the world. It might be the oldest city in the world. They just don't want to give it credit for that. And it was also the biggest city in the world, not anymore, but it was the biggest city on this side of the world forever until Sao Paulo, Brazil got 200,000 more. So it's like 30 million people down there in Mexico City, bro. We have, like, you know, for the longest time when I was growing up, they try to promote Mexico like a third world country and this and this and that, bro. You go down there, bro, they got skyscrapers and people wearing fucking Gucci.
No, shit is crazy.
And beautiful, bro. You know what I'm saying? People speak English, people speak French, there's Asians everywhere you look, at the corner store. Same shit, bro.
No, it's normal.
It's normal as fuck, but they try to tell us like, oh, it's dangerous. My mom, my heifer always be like, hey, be careful, mijo. Man, I need to be careful over here going to fucking Van Nuys. That's where I need to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to be careful over here in Hollywood wearing my chain, or downtown. Like, that's why I asked compa, like, hey, where's it at? Like, you know, because he was saying there's street parking and shit. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, because downtown's, you never know.
It's ruthless.
It's ruthless right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it. That's the future, man. Like, we coming for it all, bro. We doing the distribution. I'm still dropping music, and I'm doing the production. Producers, holla at me. If you making some money on your distro kid and your TuneCore, and you want to up your level, fuck with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you $1 billion, but I'm gonna give you a real fair deal, and I'm gonna put some money in your pocket. We're gonna make sure you know what I'm saying? And I'm also gonna give you some advice on life and help you try to figure out how you want to invest that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yup. And I'm with y'all always. Y'all been showing me the love for the longest time. And yeah, that's it.
I highly appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with before we clock out?
I mean, just what I was saying earlier. If you have to remember, just remember, y'all, like, this is our shit. The whole thing, this is our shit. This has been our shit since before it was the Bolillo shit. Before it was the Weddle shit, this was our shit. So, enough of this people trying to make us feel like, no, that. This is our shit, bro. The whole thing. Anything that comes from anywhere in this whole country, this is our shit. We built this motherfucker. And we're still building this motherfucker right now. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that built this motherfucker. We did this shit. So remember that shit and wear that shit with pride. And don't be scared to be yourself. Don't be scared to be Raza. Don't be scared. Don't feel like you gotta make the choices that different people, even myself, made when we were teenagers, feeling like we had to fit in with like, don't be scared, bro. We're the ones, bro. We're the ones. They want, like I said earlier, they want to eat our food. They want to fuck our bitches, and pretty soon they gonna want to. All the girls gonna want to fuck all the dudes too. So we're gonna do this shit. This is our shit. It's our time. So just stay proud. You know what I'm saying? And don't hate on each other, bro. That shit's weird. Like, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, like, you can say some jokes, like on the food community and all that. Say some jokes. Have fun, but don't just be hating on somebody just to be a fucking hater, bro. Get off your couch and go do something with yourself, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, it's been another episode of the Food Community.
My dog.
Highly appreciate you.
Yeah.
We got the Texas legend, Big Dro. Behind the boards, we have Rich Homie Juan.
Rich homie.
You already know I'm the LA icon, baby. We out. So, I almost forgot. Who has the best Mexican food, Texas or California?
Come on, man. Don't even fucking play with me, man.
Just say your truth.
No, I mean, Tex-Mex is the best food in the world.
Whoa, I was not expecting that shit.
What did you think I was gonna say? The fucking bullshit out here?
What?
No, but look, I am gonna tell you this. Califas definitely has better fucking mariscos for sure. Okay? I will give y'all that. Y'all's mariscos over here, no mames, fire as fuck.
So your tacos or your carne asada is better.
We don't even have carne asada over there, homie. We have fajitas, dude. Carne asada is like some thin ass shit that's covered in some red ass fucking ink that they put in the taco. That shit's trash, bro.
What about pastor?
I eat it. Pastor, yeah, we have pastor. It's good. It's the same. That's not, you can't fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? But like, y'all's rice, garbage.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like the whole thing, like, I don't know, like, cause I guess, I don't know, I'm used to.
How is your rice made?
Our rice is just with love, homie. Our rice is made with love, homie.
That's crazy.
But fucking, you know, like, I mean, we have charro beans, but I be liking my shit with the refried beans, or like our huevos rancheros, or like the ranchero sauce is better. It doesn't come on top of like two corn like it comes all wrong over here. Like everything's all different. And then like over there where we're from, like we have street tacos with maíz, but a lot of our shit's flour, you know what I'm saying? With like fajita tacos with like a flour tortilla, you know what I'm saying? And with like, yeah, that's just, you know, with refried beans, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna burn in hell for this.
nah. Tacos casero and shit, where it's like, I like to put like refried beans and arroz and fucking fajita with fucking aguacate and my shit.
Needless to say, you're a Texas food at heart.
Yeah, I'm a Texas food at everything.
Because I try to ask Jacob the same questions and that fool fucking flipped on you.
That fool don't even eat.
He's not even hungry or what?
My little homie don't even eat, bro. That nigga be eating pussy and shit like that. That nigga's fucking. That nigga Jacob. He be, hey bro, we be at the crib. My girl be like, fucking tell Jacob quit stealing all the bananas. Like that nigga be fucking. Not stealing, because we let him eat, you know, we let the homies eat whatever.
No, of course.
But like, she's just telling him, like, this fucking Jacob wants to eat all the bananas and the apples and shit. I'm like, fuck, I mean.
Can't be mad at him for being healthy, I guess.
I mean, you got to counteract the. You know what I'm saying?
I got another one for you. Whose women are prettier, Texas or California?
Oh, man.
I'm just here for the show, bro. That's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
And just for the record, our food's better than yours. But what about the females?
No mames, but I'm sorry.
Go ahead and say it, buckaroo.
Nah, Cali Latinas take the fucking cake.
There it is.
Fuck. Yeah, for sure. I mean, my girl's a Cali Latina from Long Beach. She's mixed though. She's part black, but fuck, she looks more like Latina. But nah, just I don't even know. Even the cholas are fucking fine, bro. Like fuck, bro. Like they're just.
Do you guys have cholas?
But
in
I
Texas?
also think, you know what's crazy is that I think it has to do with the food.
It's just better. I'm trying to tell you.
No, your food's better for you. That's why it tastes like shit. But the Texas food is like queso and tortillas de harina and fucking that shit's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, when you said tacos with flour tortillas, you lost me.
yeah, because we don't eat burritos. That's for Cali fools.
You don't eat burritos
In
in
Texas,
There's no such thing as a burrito. That's crazy.
I mean, if you want to go to Taco Bell,
Nah.
yeah. Only place
That
you're
food
getting a
just
burrito.
compared our food to Taco Bell, G.
Simon, Taco Bell was started out here.
Disrespectful.
Fuck, Mexican pizzas, dog.
Ah, nah.
But nah, bro, Cali.
So you don't have cholas in Texas,
Nah, we do. Bro, I love my Texas Latinas. They're fucking gorgeous. You know.
but you have bitches wearing Dickies and Charlie Browns. If you even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, like no, nah. I mean, yeah, of course. Like nowadays, everybody dresses like everything, right? Like the girls will wear like some small shit. Then the next day they'll be baggy. Then the next day they wear some Dickies and a fucking crap. Like nowadays, yeah. But like when I was growing up, nah.
No. Yeah. Not 2023 poser shit.
Nah.
Our times. Because you're a little bit older than me, but not quite crazy.
Yeah, not crazy. I'm like probably like 10 years older than you or something.
A little less, but yeah, you're like 6 years older than me, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, bro. Texas is the South, and it was always it done caught up, but for a long time we was kind of like behind in the times before the internet. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it. But what about slabs? Are those considered lowriders over there, or no? Our lowrider culture and the Texas lowrider scene is not the same because lowriders over there are slabs.
Nah, but they also have lowriders. People have low.
Who's got switches?
Fools got switches in Texas for sure.
Do fools got switches on the cars that swang?
No, they would have airbags on those.
So there's no cars with switches that have the big pointy joints?
Nah, because they'll break.
It's tight.
That's why they have them on y'all's, because it's those little. I mean, it's like
The blade only. Yeah.
big old 20-some inch with the fucking big ass the elbows and shit jumping up and down would like break.
It would be
bigger
weird.
Tires. It doesn't work.
Oh, so the big pointy 100-spoke thing is on dunks.
Nah, those are slabs. Those are
Okay.
slabs.
Because those are like on normal size rims, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, they're like I don't know what size are they. What size are like 84s? Like what size are they, Jaime? Shout out Jaime, man.
Yeah, okay, so normal size.
DJ Jaime. Jim James, that's my DJ. So, but yeah, they're not. Yeah, so nah.
So you won't you won't touch our food, but you'll touch our bitches, huh?
Nah. I go eat tacos over there at the fucking taco stand every other day.
You have no choice, Dick. You're here.
But I'm not. It's not like oh fucking me da asco. But it's like.
Well, you're getting pastor. You're not getting asada.
I'm getting. No, I get tripa every time I go to anywhere. Tripa doradito with the cilantro, cebolla, limon.
Mando.
Yeah. Or I'll do like cabeza. That's my. You know what?
Cabeza's
Cabeza's fire.
Listen, in Texas they only sell cabeza, which is we call it barbacoa, and they only sell it on Saturdays and Sundays.
And it's funny that you say that because someone else said something about cabeza being chivo, but I was like, no, chivo's fucking birria.
Yeah.
Barbacoa is beef, but that's still not cabeza.
Yeah, no, barbacoa where we're from is what y'all. It's from the cabeza. We just don't call it cabeza. We call it barbacoa, and we cook it underneath the ground, or the traditional way is like in the dirt. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what we call barbacoa. But you could only get it on Saturdays and Sundays. And usually it used to only be Sundays. You could only get barbacoa at the little taqueria on Sundays. That's it. So when I came out here, I was like, oh fuck. See, you know what? You just gave me. That's the one thing I do. See, there's things I do like about it out here. That's the one thing I do like about it out here.
Because you can have it any day.
You can have cabeza at any time you want. And that shit smacks, bro.
Because barbacoa over here, like I'm trying to tell you, is kind of like similar to birria.
To birria, yeah.
And what you're saying is completely not that. Cabeza over here is barbacoa for you over there, so it's not the same shit at all.
It's not the same shit, yeah. But that's what the thing is like, bro, there's 180 million Mexicans in Mexico. There's 70 million probably around that area of us here. We're gonna be different, bro.
I'm gonna tell you a fun secret. My people are from what would have been Coahuila before Texas was Texas.
Oh, word.
So I guess I'm slightly
Yeah, we primos, because my people are from China, Nuevo Leon, from Nuevo Leon and shit.
So you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because people don't know Texas was Texas.
Uh-huh.
Like one of my grandpas, all of my family's from Mexico, from Nuevo Laredo or from China, Nuevo León, which is close to Monterrey.
Yeah.
But one of them, they had been in Texas for like 200 years.
Before it was...
Before it was when it was Mexico, then when it was Texas, then when it became Texas.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because for a while, Tejas was Tejas on its own.
yeah.
They were like, y'all.
There's a whole, I don't know, have you ever heard of the King Ranch?
No, but I'm going to Google this shit now.
Google that shit. Google the King Ranch. It's this dude named General King. I was born in Kingsville. It was the main city of the King Ranch, right? This dude named General King fucking drove through and killed every Mexican man who had property and stole all their cows and took all their rucas and shit, all their kids. And they tried to sue him over that shit, but they didn't win. But they ended up becoming, there's so much oil on that land, but it was, at one point in time, it was like the biggest ranch in all of this side of the world. It was like millions of acres. Like I'll be driving from like the RGV from the 956. You'll be driving past King Ranch for like 2 hours on both sides of the freeway type shit. Like it's this big ass ranch, and it was like, that's what I'll be talking about. Like, bro, this shit was our shit. We could say nigga if we want. We were treated the same. They were killing our people at the same time, and even before they were killing everyone else. And I'm not taking anything away from everyone else. Everyone had their struggle, and everyone deserves their respect. But when we're talking about a word that is now part of popular culture and was used as minorities, maybe one minority a little more than the other, but when minorities were being taken advantage of at the same time, and we were being hung from trees, and our fucking land was getting stole by millions and millions of acres, and we can't even sue to get it back, and all of this shit like that, bro. I'm finna say whatever the fuck I want, bro. Quit treating me like I'm a white person, bro. I'm not a white. I don't care what color my skin is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't, that motherfucker ain't over here treating Blake Griffin like a white person.
Pretty deep.
Feel me? So, but yeah, check out the King Ranch, bro. That's just a bugged out story and shit. It's a bugged out story, the King Ranch, South Texas.